I rock with Takemura. Despite the fact that he's a corpo, he's also my guy, but man, I wish there was a way to convince him to let go of Arasaka. It is repeatedly made abundantly clear that Arasaka doesn't give half a cyber shit about him. No matter how much you stress them that this corporation is evil, it's bad, it doesn't even care about his well-being, he still rides or dies for them. Honestly, the part of the game where I realized that it was a hopeless endeavor to get through to him is that mission where you and him are in that construction site scoping out the Arasaka warehouse. Because you can get him to open up about his childhood and he'll tell you he grew up in a part of Japan that was really bad. It had sickness, a lot of violence, mass poverty, and he tells you that Arasaka will pull up and select children from the neighborhood. That way they can raise them to be soldiers. He kind of just disregards you like, oh, what, we're just gonna do away with the system and have chaos? Bro, do you hear yourself? You're talking about what would hypothetically happen without the system. Look what the system already did. You think Arasaka doesn't have the money to at least somewhat improve the quality of life in that area? Honestly, they're probably to blame for why it's so bad to begin with. Look at what they did to Watson. For those of you that don't know, the Watson district in Night City, a huge part of the reason why it's so run down and dangerous is Arasaka was doing a bunch of corpo nonsense that led to people losing their jobs, the local economy just falling apart, and them snatching up the land on the cheap. So let's be real, it's completely possible something similar happened here, and that's why it's so bad. But also, they're essentially building an army using children to go on to fight in their for-profit wars and defend their top-level executives that are enacting it. Hell, this guy is constantly sneering at Night City, looking down at it as like this filthy, dangerous cesspit that he doesn't respect. Arasaka is heavily responsible for why Night City is so miserable to begin with. Not to defend him too much, but I do get where he's coming from in the sense that Arasaka, taking him in was wrong, but from his perspective was probably the first time in his life he had any sense of purpose and stability. So he's thoroughly brainwashed. I don't think that's an excuse, but that's just the situation. But man, I really wish there was a way to get through to him because I do find his character very endearing, despite completely disagreeing with his worldview. The corporals really do a number on their people. Let me know what you think.